All right. It says we're live. So we're just this is a truly impromptu live. I'm excited to be here with Sue B Zimmerman, who I've always known as the Instagram queen, who is now I guess it's been what, about a year that you've been on Substack now?
Yeah, I planted my seeds here a year ago, August, but didn't really embrace it until October. And now
Yeah.
I'm like full throttle
Right.
on the platform.
Yeah, and I was on it for almost 2 years. Because I was just looking at it as a blogging platform, but then when I saw you could do video, that's what got me excited about it because it's just right, just like what we just did right now. We're literally I was watching Sue earlier. Sue was like,
Coaching my
help
client.
coaching somebody literally like, and I just thought that was so cool, showing Lolly how to go live and, what happens with live stream,
Yeah.
right? Tech happens, and she ended up disconnecting herself, and of course, we are like, "There's gotta be a way to come back," but that'll actually have to become a video of, like, what
Yeah,
happens
we'll have to
when you
figure out how to come back to your own live if you
Right,
inadvertently X out. Yeah,
right.
so to share with everyone, I have been coaching my clients to embrace Substack and plant some seeds here and at least get the foundation of having a presence on Substack because I have seen great success, phenomenal connections and opportunities. And so I like to meet my clients where they are. And when they're ready for more than just Instagram or want to build audience and opportunity, this is the platform. I mean, I am that person that was on, Jim and I were just talking about this Blab back in the day, and I was on Periscope, which I think is that where you discovered me?
I think I discovered you actually through Instagram, just learning, back when, you were, teaching people how to, grow on Instagram, probably
Mhm.
2016, 17. We even
Yeah.
had you may not remember this because this was a long time ago, but we even had a conversation because what was funny is you and I were both in Norfolk, Virginia, back when you did Boxer Rebellion. I was a student at Old Dominion in
Oh
the
my goodness.
'80s. So this was in the '80s, so we'll just leave it at that.
Whoa, that was my first $1,000,000 business.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow. Hand painted boxer shorts, which I then started silk screening and sold to Disney and all the colleges. And oh my gosh, that story is one of my favorites.
yeah,
But but going live, there's been this evolution of live. I mean, I used to have my social sip live show on Facebook. I was on Blab actively. I went live. I loved Periscope. I got a lot of connections, a lot of high end clients from that. And then, of course, there was Clubhouse, which I didn't like as much because there was no live component. We couldn't see who we were looking at, and a lot of people like were in their car driving and talking, and I could hear that it was the car, and
right,
I don't know. It was just not my favorite. And then because I love live and I am a speaker and I love the stage and I love this because now, especially because of AI, and I believe wholeheartedly that when people see you and feel your energy and hear your voice and your Boston accent, either they like you or they don't. And so for me, going live on this platform has been something that I've been doing uh, as of late, whether or not I'm sitting and sharing a thought that I think my audience would appreciate, or interviewing someone else on my Soulful Selling Sisterhood, or being a guest. And so I have realized, Jim, and you, I'm sure, know this because you're so much further along than I am, is that the way that you can meet and greet and see a new audience and new people and opportunities is by going live. It's the same thing on Instagram live. And so,
yep,
I've gotten like 15 to 20 new subscribers and some paid subscribers simply from going live.
right, and I think, you hit on such a key thing. I think that's one of the things I like about the Substack Live is like right now, this is going not only live to my audience, but your audience as well. And so if you're watching us right now, up at the top there, you'll see where if you're not subscribed to one of us, you can click the button, and so it's a great way to, instantly connect and build the network. And then, like you were talking about earlier, when this is done, we both get you know, the recording in the background of Substack that we can repurpose. And of course, I need to start doing. I thought about it because, right, of course, I'm talking to the Instagram expert here. It's like, yeah, I should really be taking some of my stuff and creating reels on
Yeah, do
Instagram.
you want me to do you want me to talk about that? Because 'Cause I'm all
Yeah,
about working smarter and not
yeah,
harder over here,
yeah.
you
Let's
know?
talk about that.
So, one of the things I love so much about Substack is the dance that it does with Instagram. And because I am Sue B and I like to cross-pollinate, on Instagram, you can take the shorts, the video shorts, and obviously share them over to YouTube if you have a channel like I do, but you can download them and use them in your stories if you can share a relevant story, or use it as a piece of content, which I just did today, because the sound bite that was generated so beautifully from Substack was a great lesson for people to hear, especially people that have tech challenges. And
Mhm.
my client said it so beautifully, and it was real, it was raw, it was authentic, it was not polished content, and that is what's trending in my opinion right now. And so you can take these beautiful clips from your lives and do that, or you can create a reel, and that's what you had asked me about. So when I create a reel, I always want to make sure things are optimized. And is it okay if I share my screen
Oh
to
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
show? Okay. So I'm going to just open up a new tab, guys. If you don't know this, on a live, which is beautiful, we were just talking about this earlier on my client's live, you can share your screen. And I'm going to share my Instagram for those of you that aren't following me. This is my Instagram account where I teach um, and nurture and build connections. So Lolly's who I'm talking about, Jim. So notice that I created a cover and I used Instagram stories to create this cover, nothing fancy, but
Right.
it goes right into the clip
Oh,
that
okay.
Substack generated. So
Nice.
instead of just sharing this clip, it wouldn't have fit nicely in my feed as like the energy of my feed, right? And you see that I am with clients occasionally,
Mhm.
and I'm teaching often, and we're both smiling. And so this really was every skill that you have today started as something you didn't know how to do, because
Right.
that really is the essence of what Lolly was experiencing.
Yeah.
And so I'm always thinking, and I'll tap through my story real quick so that you can see it here. I shared it in my story, but I had to make sure that it was in alignment with the story I already had going.
Mhm.
And so it's important that you don't just randomly share things. And this is me teaching Lolly and giving a shout out to Lolly so that you can go say and follow her. Say hi and follow her. Cuz
Right.
I am always all about um I'm all about lifting others higher and tagging people and giving credit where credit's due. And I love that you can do that simply, like, the word simple has to be a part of this process
Right.
for you to consistently do it. And so that was a simple way to share Lolly and the experience that she had, because I really believe that other people will identify with the way Lolly feels about going live. Now, Jim and I are OGs in the live space, and this to me is second nature. And I feel like I am literally sitting across from Jim having coffee.
Right. And I think I love what you said too. I think this is for people that maybe have been afraid to go live. You need to think of it that way, right? You're just having a conversation. I mean, even if you're going live by yourself, think of what it is you want to talk to people about. And I think that's where people miss out because they think, "Oh, it's got to be perfect." And I think too, I'm with you 100% on people want to see this. They don't want to see this AI stuff. And I mean, it can help you maybe planning, but I think
Yeah.
the real you, the real Sue is what people wanna see.
And
It's great to
here.
s Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and I do use AI to make concise, correct grammar, and I just use God, I should have taken first grade over. And I just used it for my email. I edited my emails that my subscribers and my paid subscribers get. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that's what I've been sending out." Because I really didn't put time and attention into those emails when I
Right.
joined Substack. Because let's be honest, there's a lot of moving pieces and parts and features and tabs in Substack, and I'm mostly on my phone doing it.
Right.
And so I just cleaned up that, and that it's a year later, and it's okay
Right.
because perfection doesn't exist, progress does, right?
Exactly, exactly. I mean, it's that whole thing of just, attempt to get better 1% every time. You're not gonna be perfect. I mean, I've got really old videos from when me and my friend Tim Sohn first started the Tim and Jim show. I mean, I was wearing, big, headphones, and I was probably using the microphone that was built into my computer, all the things we tell people not to do, but that's because we learned the hard way.
Yeah.
And I think what I love about what Substack has done is like you said, you can do this on your phone. And I even figured out a way if you go into the browser, I need to do a video about it in an
On your phone?
article. You can use the recording studio on your phone. You just have to go into the browser because it won't do
Yeah,
it in the
not
app.
the app. You have to do it on the browser.
But,
Yeah.
don't make the excuse of, "Oh, well, I can't record anything," because I think sometimes people think, "Oh, I have to be live." But, even just if you
Yeah.
record on your video on your camera, you can upload it to Substack, and it will also do the clipping of your
Well,
video.
even better, Jim. So if you this is my little hack. Everyone get their pens out because this is really wicked good. So if you do a video and you save it to your camera roll, you can upload it to Instagram's app called Edits, and
I love edits.
it has its beautiful two beautiful features that I love. One is cut silence, and the other is enhance audio. And when you understand how to enhance the audio in Edits, it sounds like you have a mic on. You
Mm,
can decrease the background noise and increase the audio. And so, like, you don't need to be holding and yapping with a mic in your hand. You just don't.
right. That drives me crazy when people are holding the little microphone by their
You
face,
don't
but
need
that's
to
just
do
me.
it. I mean, some people like it, and there's no judgment from me around that. But it's like, if you understand how to use these tools in a simple way, which I'm all about, I do not use CapCut. I do not use any editing tools on audio. The reason, Jim, I did not ever have a podcast, even though I wanted one, is because of all the parts and pieces and
Mm,
commitment of the graphics, of the editing, of the getting people to write reviews and subscribers. And as soon as I realized that on Substack I could have a podcast and I could have that be my gated content from my paid subscribers, I'm like, this is heaven sent for me because my podcasts are under 10 minutes and I am teaching how to sell with confidence.
that's
And
awesome. Now, let me ask you a question, Sue. Are you making that like a video podcast or you're just sharing the audio?
I love that you're asking me that. I am not I it's only audio for a couple of reasons. One, I don't have to like look at myself and
Mhm.
worry about what I'm looking like that day. Two, I want to be in someone's ears without a
Right.
distraction. Like you might be thinking, "Oh my god, I like Sue's necklace and she wears bright clothes and her hair's messy today, but she's not wearing a hat, but oh gosh, she does have a hat right here and I'm usually wearing a hat." Like
Right?
it's like I don't want people distracted with how I look. I want to be in their ears because what I am teaching you in my paid podcast is really good stuff that I've done over the
That's
past
a great idea. I
15
love
years
that.
to generate money. So it's like so to your you shared with everyone, yes, I've been teaching Instagram for 15 years. Yes, I still love teaching Instagram and it is my main platform. But I love the dance with Substack for all the reasons that we're talking about, and it gave me the podcast I always wanted. So when I thought deeply about what am I going to have give my paid subscribers without making it more time and energy and work for me, which was simply the knowledge from all the years of all the businesses that I've had and how I make money and teach my clients to. I'm like, that is it, because everyone wants to make more money.
Right, right, and I think that's such a great idea because like you said, you're just basically recording your thoughts, you maybe you pick a topic, you're not worried about how you look, and you
Yeah.
put it up there on Substack, and you're not worried about, "Oh, well, I need to be on this p platform and that
No, it's so
platform."
simple.
Yeah,
Yeah, so there's that. So anyone listening, if anyone has questions, you can jump in my DM. I'm just going to tell you how easy it is. You do need to understand the two graphics that you need for your podcast. And I have it dialed into a 15-minute like publishing time. So I just dropped episode number 15, which is really good. And I talked about the lessons that I've learned from my 93-year-old father who still is selling his nautical vintage finds, and I've learned so much from him as an entrepreneur. He owned a automobile parts store that I frequented as a little girl and observed as a little girl watching him work. That's a story from another day, but you can go listen to that podcast if you become a paid subscriber there. But in addition to that, so that was the easy thing for me to give weekly, Jim.
mhm,
And then I'm like, okay, how can I surprise and delight? I'm always about that, my audience, and give more. And there's three areas of expertise that is not Instagram, but one is kind of related to Instagram. So one is my masterclass on how to sell from the soul and the 7 strategies that I teach that most likely you don't do or know how to do. So I gate that. I also, so that's one. The second thing I now teach, Jim, you're going to probably laugh, is how to create a podcast on Substack, because
love
I
it.
know how to do that. And the third thing I teach is how to use the Edits app like a
Mm,
boss, because there's so many features. I do not allow for a replay. So if my paid subscribers miss it, they know that I rotate these 3 master classes.
okay,
So I'm always teaching them with different energy each time. Different people come on live because they can or they can't. And it's a very intimate group that show up live. But here's the thing, as someone who did the whole webinar, conversion, targeted ads, get on a sales call, everyone who has attended a masterclass has up leveled to something else that I can give them after they've learned from
mm,
me.
wow,
So I hate the word funnel. I'm not here for that funnel. I'm here for the the customer journey.
right,
And I really think I've cracked the code on showing up consistently on Substack, and then my conversion rate with paid subscribers is a little over 10%,
that's great.
which the industry standard from what I researched on chat was 3 to 5%.
Mhm,
So I feel really good about the success and the way that I organically came up with this, not from a coach teaching me, but leaning into what will make me feel good and my clients feel supported in a way that is not going to be overwhelming, in a way that I can repeat this.
so you've given me that's a great idea because I think sometimes even for me, because I'm known, I guess, more for doing video stuff, I get caught up in like, "Oh, well, I've gotta plan all this out," but yeah, maybe I just need to
I
start
plan,
doing
okay, Jim,
short stuff,
J- Jim, there's no planning. It's doing. I
right?
mean, well, yes, I do sit and organize thoughts and things,
Right.
but I organize what I'm going to teach for the next time. I write the script and then I get it organized in chat with, I say keep it to 7 minutes, give me bullets, and I'll take my thoughts and I'll massage it, because I do it in one take. Like, I
Mhm.
literally do it in one take. I have the script, but I do it in one take. And it feels really good to do it in one take because I don't want it to feel performative. I
Right.
want it to feel conversational. And if I stumble on a word or a thought, it doesn't matter. They're my paid subscribers.
Yep.
They're
And
not
they know
grading
that's
me.
really you.
Yeah, they're not grading me and they're not going to fire me.
Right. Right. No, I think that's great. I mean, I think, y you know, because I think sometimes, right, we overthink the podcast thing,
Oh
you
my gosh.
know?
I don't listen to podcasts that are, I mean, Huberman I listen to because I love him, the neuroscientist from Stanford. I'm really into health and wellness, but anyone that has a really long podcast, I don't have time for it. And it's just like I'd rather listen to music or listen to a workout routine.
Mhm.
So time is the biggest challenge for people, and
Right.
I want to show by example to my clients what they can do because it's working. And
Right.
in today's climate where there's more than enough noise everywhere, how can you hone in and do the thing that you are so good at doing, that you love to do, and you keep it simple?
Right. And I mean, I guess even if you're talking about, if you wanna call it like it, Instagram or whatever, you don't necessarily have to show it. You just kinda talk about it, right? And then you can tell them, "Here's where you can find out more if you
Yeah,
wanna
I
see."
tell people why, but I never tell them how.
Got it.
The how is what's paid for.
Right. Right.
And I know this from, I've invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in coaches and programs. So I know this online education space, I've been at it for a hot second. And that I know to be true. It's like if you, Jim, this might be you, if you're constantly giving away how
Mhm.
to do things, you've conditioned your audience
For free.
for free. And when
Yeah.
you go to sell, they're just gonna wait for the free stuff because they know you're good at it.
Mhm.
And I know this to be true because I had an affiliate partner for my program, Ready, Set, Grow, who had a much bigger audience than I did. And her audience didn't, as an affiliate partner, when we did the webinar, did not buy. The conversion rate was so low, and then I looked at why. Because everything that she did for free.
Mhm.
And she was just generous with teaching, and I'm like, if you're here to earn a living and make money doing what you love, and I'm not saying gatekeep everything. I mean,
Right.
I but it's the nuances of what people really need and want.
Well, it goes back to, right, it's the whole brain picking thing. If you're not careful, you keep giving stuff away that, you know can make a huge difference for someone, so why not
Yeah.
have them, even if it's a little bit, right? But I think the other thing is when people pay, they're making an investment, they're more likely to take action. I mean, because how many people get the free stuff and then they don't do anything with it because they don't
Right.
value it?
Right, or it's just in their inbox or it's just in their downloads. And what I've noticed to be working best, I'm having my highest sales ever, now that I no longer have 5 employees and paying a team and all that, is access to me and my
Mhm.
brain, and just me meeting them where they are and taking them day by day, step by step where they wanna go,
Right.
fully supported, and giving them access to me. And it's so much easier than creating a course that you can now research on chat, or just logging into a membership site where people don't know how to find the thing to do the thing. And, they get stuck in a rabbit hole. It's like my clients don't get stuck in rabbit holes anymore.
Right. So let me ask you this, when you're creating the podcast, are you just basically creating an audio post in Substack and just making it only available to your paid members?
Yeah. So I'm using the Substack desktop with my good mic.
Mhm.
And like I said, I turn off camera. I have my script on my phone and I embellish that script, but yeah, I do it in 15 minutes, start to finish now. I just published my 15th episode. And when people, I get so excited because when people pay, seriously, Jim, like $100 for a year to have access to me is such
That's a
a,
deal.
a deal when I charge $1,000 an hour to consult with people. And, it's just, yeah. So I'm like, if you can't afford my coaching, and not all my coaching is hourly, I do have packages.
Right.
I'm like, this is a good place to start. So you can hear me, you can listen, you can get results, and you can say, holy shit, I want more.
Right. I love it. I love it. I think that that's so awesome. What would you say is holding people back from coming over to Substack in your opinion?
I don't None of my clients are being held back because 'cause I'm pushing them forward and saying that Instagram, it is a beast and it is hard to build if you're newly building. I've been building for 15 years, so it's very
Right.
different. But Substack is being an early adopter on a platform where you can build a foundation your way. And because it is long form publish notes, upload videos, go live, do a podcast, you've got all these creative ways, 5
Mhm.
to show up. And some days you might be like, dang it, I don't feel like writing a published post. That's me. Like, that's my least favorite. But I like doing notes all day and I like
Mhm.
going live all day. And so you get to pick what you like, and no one's checking boxes or like it's
Right.
like it's so good
How
because
often are you going live, Sue?
well, it's funny that you asked that because I have recently people are seeing that I'm here. So I've been invited onto podcasts because they're like, "Oh, I didn't know you were here. I'd love to interview you." So I have a couple of interviews lined up and I've proactively reached out to a couple of content creators who are in alignment with my energy and the way that they talk and converse. And I've got a really fun project going on with Tracy, who you probably know, um, Freelander, who I actually paid for her subscription and worked with her a little bit in a coaching session. And we are going to partner on a really exciting masterclass that we're going to be doing monthly together.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I love some of these things you're sharing because I mean it's making me think I need to start doing some of this because I think
Well,
I
tell me
will
what you're
say
doing so I can hear what you're
so
doing. And
I've been a little bit guilty of I create posts on Substack that include videos showing people how to do certain things with the video. I mean, sure, I may have an affiliate link in there, but I'm not,
oh, okay.
you know,
Are those paying off for you, the affiliate
um,
links?
I wouldn't necessarily say they are. I mean, I do have a few, paid subscribers, but I think if I offered more value, like you're saying, like even if it was just an audio podcast where I'm talking about, hey, this is the importance of, audio if you're going to create video and not tell them how, but just the whys and
Yeah,
how it makes a difference.
I have a great idea for you, and we will
Hmm.
talk offline.
Okay.
I have
Okay.
a great idea for you. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, a lot of people have big hearts, you and myself included, and we want to help, and we want to serve, and we want to see people win,
Hmm.
and I think it's important to know at what point you've given enough that really does show your character and your authority and your knowledge without
Right.
giving it all away all the time.
Right. Yeah. No, I think that's a great point. Because even like my friend Chris Stone and I, we do, we've been on Amazon as influencers for like, 6 years. And we've got, two monetized YouTube channels through that, plus all the, products we get from different people that we do videos on. But we've never really like taught it because we feel like it's always, it's not rocket science to us, but it's like, I'm not gonna charge somebody $200 to tell them how to become an Amazon influencer because it's like, well, you just have to get approved, but then it comes down to, like a lot of stuff you do, you just have to get
Oh my
good at
gosh,
creating
there's so many
content.
nuances. I was a keynote speaker at an Amazon sellers conference.
Mhm.
Fascinating. Oh my
Yep.
gosh. All the people most of the people in the room were in their 20s and early 30s and they were millionaires,
Right.
but they didn't know how to use Instagram correctly. And so it was a really interesting environment to me, but I love the idea of you kind of opening up that conversation because if people are some of my clients are influencers and do UGC content on Instagram, and if they could understand how that could transcend into Amazon and they could be making money in both places
Yes.
and it's still in the same spirit of what they like to do.
Right. Right. Yeah, and Amazon's even increased it to, like, we're able to share, our stuff on Facebook as an example and put the tags, the links now if people, watch the videos. We think we're seeing a little bit of increase from that, but I'm still, I think Meta's just done so many
Yeah.
crazy
Jim, I
things.
think yeah, I personally, I think you have so much knowledge on your own without needing the Amazon distraction, and you could do very, very well here.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. And I mean,
Yeah.
and I know I've talked with Vivica and we've done a couple courses for her with, with her group. But I also love how you guys, because I'm older too. I may not look it because my hair hasn't grayed out, but I love how you're making people realize that when we're in this, you know, next chapter of our lives, it's not time to stop. You have so much to offer.
Oh, yeah, it's the season of, like, celebrating your knowledge, wisdom, and experience from all the things that you've been doing from all the decades, and people need it, and so, I always say age is just a number, always, and
Right.
I have a client that just turned 71, and I have a client that's 80.
Yep.
It doesn't matter how old you are. It matters if you have the drive and the ambition and the chutzpah, the enthusiasm around
Right.
sharing your gifts.
Well, just like your dad, right? He's still working at 93 years old. I mean, and if God willing, I live that long, I hope to continue working, till the end because I think I'd be bored if I had nothing to do.
Yeah. I mean, when it's you and your knowledge, it's just a different it's not like we're doing physical work here, right?
Right.
It's
Right.
our brain that we protect.
Yep. Yeah, I think there's a lot of truth to that. I think that was, unfortunately for my father, I think that's what happened to him is he stopped being active, and I think that's what led to, his,
Yeah.
you
Well,
know
my dad reads at least one book a week and he walks, his 7,000 steps and he's slowing down and he's getting a little frustrated with things, but I keep saying 90 fucking 3.
Mhm.
No, like, and my mother's 88 and they live close by and they don't need me to be doing things for them yet.
Right.
So I celebrate every day in a big way because
Oh,
of that.
yeah. Oh, yeah. That's awesome. So, I
Yeah.
mean, if you're watching us live, or I'm sure we're both gonna be replaying this, make sure you guys, subscribe to Sue. She's a wealth of knowledge, and if you're not on Instagram, that's probably one of the first accounts I would follow. Um,
Yeah,
you
this
know
was fun. I
Yeah,
love how organic this was today, Jim. Like you jumped on my live that I did with my client and I'm like, let's go live and lots to talk about and share. And yeah, if anyone felt something in your heart or your soul or your brain that feels good, yeah, just come over and let us know. Like comment below this video because that is the gift that you can give is just thanking a content creator. That's the way that we all see your avatar and your face when you
right.
say hi and you comment.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. Well, thank you, Sue, and thank you everybody who joined us, Mitch and Jen and Rosa and all the folks in the chat. I know Robin, you were walking, so I don't know if you stuck around for the whole thing, but thank you everybody, and maybe we'll do this again sometime. Sue, it'll be fun.
Yeah, it was great. Great fun.
Thanks.
Thanks, Jim. I
All right.
appreciate you.
Okay.
Take
Thanks,
care.
everyone.